The sheet of paper in your printer was about 99% water when it was made. Not damp, 99%. A few seconds later, it came off the machine dry, flat, and finished, moving faster than a car on the motorway. So making paper is not really a story about wood. It is a story about removing water, and almost all the energy in a paper mill goes into exactly that. Which raises an obvious question. If the water is the problem, why is it there in the first place? Start with the wood. Chips are loaded into a digester, a tall pressure vessel that cooks them in hot chemical liquor for several hours. The liquor dissolves the lignin, the natural glue that holds wood fibers together. What comes out is no longer wood. It is a gray mush of separated fibers called pulp. Now that pulp gets diluted, and this is the part that sounds insane. To lay fibers down evenly across a surface several meters wide, you cannot pour a thick paste. The fibers would clump and the sheet would come out blotchy. So the mix is thinned until it is roughly 0.5% fiber and the rest water. That is where the 99% comes from. The water is not a leftover, it is the delivery system. Before it reaches the machine, the mix passes through refiners, spinning discs that brush and fray the fiber surfaces so they can grip each other later. The thin mix flows into a headbox, a pressurized nozzle as wide as the machine itself. The headbox fires a flat jet onto a moving mesh belt called the wire. Water immediately starts falling through the mesh, pulled down by gravity and by suction boxes underneath. The fibers are too long to pass through, so they stay on top and settle into a wet mat. By the end of the wire, that mat is only about 20% solid. Next, it goes into the press section, where heavy rolls squeeze it against absorbent felts. Pressing is the cheap step. It costs mechanical work and nothing else, and it takes the sheet to roughly half water. Then the cheap options run out. The water that is left is held inside the fibers, and no amount of squeezing will push it out. It has to be boiled away. So the sheet enters the dryer section, a long line of steam-heated iron cylinders, dozens of them, and the sheet snakes over each one in turn. That single section is the biggest energy consumer in the whole factory. Most of the heat a paper mill buys is spent evaporating water that was deliberately added a few meters earlier. And drying does more than dry. As the last water leaves, the fibers are pulled tight against one another and bond directly, surface to surface. No glue is added anywhere in the process. The strength of paper comes from that bonding, so the water has to go for the sheet to become paper at all. Tear a page and look at the torn edge. Those fuzzy threads are the fibers that let go of each other. After the dryers, the sheet runs through calendar rolls that press it smooth and winds onto a reel that can weigh tens of tons. The fastest lines in the world run at just over 1,900 meters a minute, a record set at the Norske Skog mill in Golby, France. Machines on that scale come from a very short list of suppliers, mainly Valmet and Voith. So the process is deliberately drowning itself and then paying a fortune to dry out, which is where the clever part hides. Go back to the digester. The lignin that was cooked out of the wood did not disappear. It is dissolved in the spent cooking liquid, which is called black liquor, and it burns. The mill concentrates that liquor and fires it in a recovery boiler. The heat raises steam. The steam heats the dryer cylinders, and the cooking chemicals are pulled back out of the ash and sent to the digester again. So the part of the tree that never becomes paper is the fuel that dries the part that does. A modern craft mill covers its own energy demand this way, and many of them export surplus electricity to the grid. If you want to know how the machines behind your electricity, your heating, and the ordinary things in your house actually work, that is what this channel takes apart, one at a time. Subscribing costs you nothing and keeps the next one in front of you. So the sheet in your hand is not really made of a tree. It is what survived after the tree burned itself dry.